Hello guys, welcome back to another video. We've missed out this weekend and Sunday and Friday, so we're gonna make it up today with a little bit of a longer video. We'll also be posting one or two shorts about this whole Wednesday system, and in this video we'll take a look at the longer range and this severe weather system on Wednesday and the real potential for some really high winds with this and some very cold air behind it, but it's not, it's still gonna warm up after that. So that's what this video will be talking about, because honestly it's a very active pattern. So let's get right into things. We haven't taken a look in a long time with this, with the models and stuff, and we need to catch up to date with this because we did see some important changes. So let's fast forward to Wednesday. I can see that we do see severe thunderstorms are developing in Indiana, Illinois, and they really start cranking after 6 a.m. on Wednesday. A really consolidated line of showers and thunderstorms. We go 6 hours in, and we do get a consolidated line of showers and thunderstorms. Look at this line right there. This is marching off to the east. By 6 p.m., it is knocking on our door in New Jersey. A very intense squall line, damaging winds, strong winds, small hail, and we cannot rule out an isolated tornado with this. Due to the convergence of that very warm air and that cold air behind it, look at this, 974. This is quite insane. But since we do have that convergence of that very, warm air and that very cold air behind it, that convergence creates twist in the atmosphere. And we're gonna have to watch if we do not get a severe thunderstorm warning, like a considerable severe thunderstorm warning, or even a tornado warning. I would not be surprised. Showers and thunderstorms just knocking on our door. South Carolina, North Carolina, extends all the way down to Florida. Very intense storm. But what I notice, this line holds together. It doesn't weaken. Even off the shore, it's pretty darn strong. And you got these very strong winds behind this, and look at this cold air just surging. 969, Jesus Christ, that is very strong. This thing gets even more stronger, and it leaves some very cold air behind it, and we could even see a flurry or even some snow showers after this on, when is this, Thursday morning. We could see some snow showers out of this. Now, if we go to longer range, we don't see anything, and then we see a southern slider storm right here. So there is going to be some rain on Friday and Saturday, so I'm sorry, but there will be some rain. It won't be a washout. It's just there will be occasional rain. It's nothing too impressive. But look at this storm developing right here off to the west. And this is trouble right here. Another severe weather outbreak is possible. Severe weather possible again next week after this storm that could really give us some strong thunderstorms. We have another system to deal with. Heavy snow and ice up north. And look at this. Convergence, showers and thunderstorms along a very strong cold front. 989 right here. That signals that something bad is going to happen. We see some thunderstorms right here all across the central U.S. And another low pressure out to the west. Another one. We go even further, this turns into a squall line. This really does turn into something concerning. Very warm air, and then cold air just digging right behind it. This is trouble. It's still very strong low pressure, 992. I'm not gonna pay attention to the east because this is just more like showers, not like nothing too big. And then, I mean, once we get to Monday afternoon, this thing becomes consolidated. Heavy snow on the backside, severe weather on the front, and I mean, there's some heavy icing going on. Like, very heavy snow and ice behind this. 988, these winds are cranking. Winds are really cranking. And this is going to be a similar setup to what we're going to see this week. Look at this. Showers and thunderstorms all across, and like even goes up to Canada. And it just gets even like more strength. And this becomes a supercell problem with these tornadoes possible. Right here, right here, right here, right here. You notice that it isn't a consolidated line. Well, once we go even further out, we do see like some kind of cells and thunderstorm cells, and watch how it just flares back up on Tuesday night. This is a problem. Right here, this section of the US is gonna weaken, but not much because there's a lot of thermodynamics in the atmosphere. 975 up here, man, this is cranking. And then, well, Alex, what do you think is gonna happen? We get to like the 18Z, so 6 p.m. and you're saying there might be a severe weather outbreak, and you only see this? Watch this. We go 200 hours out, or even further. We get to like 8 p.m. and look what happens. This thing, and then all of a sudden it blows off the coast. All of a sudden there's so much energy in the atmosphere. This thing wants to blow up. Like, not like physically, obviously, but you get my point. This front is concerning. And by seeing this, there's going to be a real potential for some severe weather this week and also next week. And we get this to the end of the model run, like the European, shows yet another southern slider system. And watch this, right behind there, there's another low pressure sneaking off. And who knows, there might be a third severe weather threat. It's too far to tell, but you can get an idea that it's very active. Same with the GFS. I've been noticing consistency with this. I have been noticing consistency, and I've been worrying about this for a long time. It's coming true. So Wednesday, all itself, it's not too bad. Just some showers in the northeast. And then watch this, man. We gotta watch these supercells, because I have a feeling these could have some really big time storms. We're gonna have to watch for some tornadic activity in this area. In this area I circled right here, and going into western Jersey, we're gonna have to watch this. Because according to the GFS, Wednesday morning, strong supercells, Indiana, Ohio, and even up to Michigan. And these are some very strong cells that could produce damaging winds, hail, and even tornadoes. We get a little bit further, this starts to turn into a line. And look at that cold air behind it. It's just rushing down. Heavy snow on the backside. You see that line right here? That warm air and that cold air. That's the convergence boundary. That's the cold front. It's a 988. Quite strong. I mean, once we get into the daytime heating of Wednesday, this one wants to show a wild run. Trust me. A 987, it cranks off showers and thunderstorms near the Jersey vicinity. And once we get even deeper, you think it would want to weaken with a 985 with heavy snow on the backside. But no, it doesn't. Because what I'm going to show you right now, it just defies that fact. So we lost all the heating of the day on Wednesday morning, right? These showers and thunderstorms have considerably weakened, right? We go like 3 hours out. Look how they refire back here. Virginia, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Kentucky. Oh man, yeah, these are starting to flare right back up. 982. This is just getting even stronger. Once we get into Wednesday afternoon, like 3 p.m., 979 millibar in Canada. And look at these showers and severe thunderstorms. I'm not talking thunderstorms. These are severe at this point. Very intense squall line over Pennsylvania, Western Virginia. Virginia, Northern Carolina. These some very strong thunderstorms and some snow behind it. And we get even further. Oh man, it gets strong. 976. Eastern Canada, very strong squall line, about to knock into the footsteps of New Jersey. This is at I'd say 6 p.m. Very strong thunderstorms. I'm hoping I'll be here. I'm hoping this will be Wednesday afternoon before 6 p.m. because I might not be able to see this. So it'll be very disappointing. But I'll make sure we're here for at least till 6. We'll be here. But the GFS is showing very strong line of storms, and these are the type of storms that could produce like QCLS tornadoes, which is like in the squall line. Some sections might be rotating more than others, and they produce a brief tornado or two in this. This is a very concerning signature of some wind damage with this. We go even further out, 3 hours. Oh my goodness. This line doesn't show any weakening. 972 up here. This looks like a very negatively tilted trough. Very strong winds. This squall line just keeps on rushing out. And there's some very cold air behind this. And we might even get even a little bit of a changeover to snow here in northern Jersey, even down to Trenton. So we're going to have to watch that. I don't think it's enough for a rapid freeze up. But still look at this low pressure, 969. You can get how strong this is. This is a very strong low pressure. Low pressure, sorry. And then after that, it just goes away. This is ridiculous. 966. My goodness. So anyways, after that storm, it's relatively quiet. It's really just a really cold day. It's really windy. So it might be like 40 degrees, but it will feel more like 30s. More like lower 30s, I'd say. These winds still keep cranking throughout the day. And once we get to Thursday night, it starts to ease off. And then we see another low pressure off the west. Let's fast forward to that other low pressure. Yeah, it shows southern rain and storms, and just like the European. But I want to show you the next system because it also has a good handle like the European. We get this out to like next Tuesday. It shows a gigantic system. Same idea. Snow on the backside, severe weather with this. Yeah, it starts to develop a low pressure the same way. And when you tend to get that low pressure in there, look what happens in front of this. This is just some very strong thunderstorms in the East Coast. And we get this to 210 hours out. Oh man. There's a very powerful squall line. These could be producing tornadoes, hail, damaging winds. This is like, if you see this, that would mean there will be some quite considerable severe thunderstorms with this. And then we go even further out. This thing just absolutely bombs out. This thing just becomes so powerful off the oceans. This would be producing water spouts, producing very gusty winds. And yet another chance of some backside snow off to the northeast. And man, this just becomes a bona fide scary system. So, this is what we have a handle. So, what I'm thinking, There'll be two major storm systems. I'm talking major storm systems. I'm thinking there will be a lot of dry time. Except with those two storms, there won't. So I'm thinking this Wednesday, massive system, squall line. Then we're gonna have to get through really gusty winds, and then next Tuesday, yeah, it's gonna be something to watch. So what I wanted to look at is what the temperatures do, because something screams a little suspicious about this. So yeah, I mean, we go to like the zoomed in Mid-Atlantic. It is very warm on Wednesday afternoon, 61 as a high temperature. Some 75 or something like that in Carolinas. And then once we get like 3 hours out, it just plunges into like the 30s. Yeah, look at that. 30s. We get even further. I don't think there's going to be frost concerns, but it's going to be something to watch because of how cold it gets. But I don't think it's like enough for frost because it's like barely over that 32-degree mark. It's just, it doesn't quite get there, but it's going to get really cold after that system. I mean, the European goes even colder with this. It's like mid-20s on Friday morning, and then it just warms right back up. But then you get that cold air at night, and then it warms yet back up again. And then even up to this system, that second system is still warm. And it gets even warmer. 62, 63. Now this is a storm we have to watch. If you start getting like very warm numbers, that's another storm we need to watch. So these are like the numbers for now. I'm also thinking this Wednesday is gonna be very warm. Like mid 60s, I'd say. Next Tuesday, I'm thinking it's also going to be very warm, and it might be near, like, upper 60s. I mean, it's a very warm air mass. Very warm air mass. I will show you why later in the video, why this all makes sense. But based on what I'm seeing, it's a very active pattern. A very active pattern. Very active pattern. So, let's take a zoom into the Mid-Atlantic, because I want to time out this first storm for you. So, this is the GFS look for this Wednesday afternoon, and I mean, it's quite considerable. We have a squall line out to Pennsylvania, Virginia, North Carolina, Tennessee. Just like I was thinking, snow on the backside, but this is quite a powerful line, I'd say. And then by like 6 p.m., I'd say, we start to get isolated thunderstorms in New Jersey. The squall line is still out here, so Jesus Christ. Okay, but we get some thunderstorms out of this, and the main system is a little bit to the west. So 6 p.m. I think 9 p.m. this squall line marches through New Jersey. We get some really dynamic cooling on the backside, so we start to see some flakes flying in our northern counties. The squall line just keeps on like racing through North Carolina and South Carolina, and it becomes strong again. And watch this. Yes, you see snowflake activity off the ocean of New Jersey. So this tells me it's gonna be getting cold very, very quickly. Um, it's quite crazy to see that. And then it gets very cold. I mean, you see that 540 line, it's all the way down to like Virginia. So, a very cold day on Thursday. Not very cold, but like it's still pretty cold. And then it warms back up a little bit. 540 line is still a little like below New Jersey. So that's the pattern we're gonna be seeing. And then fast forward to that next storm. I don't want to give a precise timing, but I want to show you how strong this gets off the Mid-Atlantic, like, coast. I mean, look at this. It gets quite crazy with this. Another squall line, and yeah, another severe weather threat right here. I mean, these are some crazy depictions they're seeing right now. It'll obviously change, but like that's a very significant storm off the New Jersey coast and like the East Coast in general. It's a lot to take in, but it's just a very active pattern, you know. Okay, so in terms of dew points, it's gonna get quite sticky on Wednesday. Dew points in the 50s. A little more south into Georgia, you start to get 60s. But we're noticing that we don't get 60s all the way up to the Northeast or Mid-Atlantic. So that is pretty reasonable. I agree with this. It doesn't get quite into like upper 50s, so we're gonna say dew points at 50s, but we still do have the kinematics in the atmosphere, so we can't rule out these severe thunderstorms and even potential funnel clouds, rotating storms. We can't rule that out because we do have ingredients in play. It's just not as strong. It'll be one of these days where it's gonna be raining in the morning, and then you get like this 1 to 3 hour period of sunshine. I think that's what's gonna happen. And then you get that really powerful squall line coming through, and that's when you have the chance for some significant thunderstorms with like all the severe hazards possible. And then it's really windy on the backside, obviously. So it's one of these systems, just like last year in April, what happened in the beginning of the year. People were fooled. They were fooled really badly that they thought it was going to be a sunny day or even a rainy day. They thought it was going to be sunny all afternoon, and they thought, what's the worst that can happen? And I mean, after that, it just got nasty. I mean, like tornado warnings started popping up, severe thunderstorm warnings, considerable ones. There was even one powerful tornado in New Jersey. So never be fooled by Mother Nature, because you never know what can happen. And we're saying that, so I don't want to concern you, but you gotta watch this. And also next Wednesday, this is something we need to watch, because we get dew points into like the 60s easily in southern like sections of like the East Coast, and we get to 56 in New Jersey, and watch how that even surges all the way up. Now I think this will be more of a significant more of a elevated severe threat here, definitely. And it's very dry on the backside. Okay, so we're gonna take a look on the severe thunderstorms for like the Midwest, because these are also gonna be pretty significant. We do have a slight risk in play for Chicago, Detroit, Indianapolis, and St. Louis because of these thunderstorms that are gonna converge into that cold, that cold and warm air will converge into together, and that's why we do have a 5% in parts of Illinois in Ohio. So, and the wind, it's a 15% in Chicago, Indianapolis, same areas. But the hail risk, significant hail of 2 inches in diameter or larger. There is a 15% chance in Chicago, Toledo, Fort Wayne, Aurora, Naperville. Yeah. So the summary basically is scattered strong to severe thunderstorms associated with large hail. Some will be near 2 inch diameter. Damaging gusts and a few tornadoes will be possible from late Tuesday afternoon into the evening and overnight from parts of the mid-Mississippi Valley to the Ohio Valley and southern lower Michigan. And this is all because of the low that is going to strengthen and once it gets to the East Coast. Okay, so the upper pattern is forecast to feature a northern stream shortwave trough over the northern Rockies early Tuesday morning. At the same time, moderate to strong southwesterly flow within the southern stream will extend off the Baja Coast into the mid-south. The northern stream shortwave progresses eastward and evolves into a full latitude trough covering much of the central CONUS by the end of the period early Wednesday morning. Surface low associated with this trough is expected to deepen as it moves across the upper Midwest and upper Great Lakes with notable mass response and low-level moisture advection anticipated through the Mississippi Valley. General expectation is for upper 50 dew points to reach the lower middle Ohio Valley and perhaps even lower Michigan by Tuesday evening. A fast-moving cold front attendant to the deepening surface low will progress quickly eastward, southeastward across the plains and Mississippi, Ohio valleys with thunderstorms anticipated as it interacts with the returning low-level moisture, particularly as it crosses the mid-Mississippi and lower mid-Ohio valleys. This is basically it. And then we get to the day 3 convective outlook. Yes, New Jersey is in it. In fact, there may be a very marginal risk of severe thunderstorms now. I think it will upgrade, and the discussion for that. So, an upper trough oriented from the upper Midwest to the southern plains will pivot to the northeast states by Thursday morning. A surface low will develop east-northeast across southern Ontario and Quebec, while the trailing cold front moves across much of the eastern third of the CONUS. Showers and thunderstorms will likely be ongoing Wednesday morning across the cold front from western Ohio southeast toward western Tennessee. Modest boundary layer moisture is forecast ahead of the front across the Ohio Valley to the Central Alps. Widespread cloudiness and continued precipitation will limit downstream destabilization through the day. So, what I get from this, I think it's going to be a very crucial time period of when we can get these severe thunderstorms. Because if it's cloudy and rainy all day, then we wouldn't see those thunderstorms be as strong. They'd probably just be in the form of downpours. Well, if we would get that heating, I'm telling you, it's just you need 1 to 2 hours of this heating and these storms become nasty. So anyways, moving on. Nevertheless, strong southwesterly flow above 925 millibars is forecast. Some gusty winds may accompany thunderstorms, especially across the Ohio Valley vicinity. However, given Cape less than 200 joules per kilogram for most of the part and poor level lapse rates, severe convective gusts are not expected, and probabilities appear too low to introduce a marginal risk at this time. I do agree that we will have some rainy conditions at the start of the period on Wednesday in the morning. But, however, I do disagree because I think there will be a risk introduced. And I do think that at least for part of the day, it's going to be cloudy and rainy. Maybe more than half of the day. And then I think by the later afternoon, there could be some clearing And this is not the clearing you want. This is dangerous clearing, you know. It's not like, oh my god, how do I explain this? So, you know, if like you want, I don't know how to explain it, but like basically pretend the like sword is the shield, right? Like the sword can't get through the shield. This is a perfect example because the sun is a shield because the clouds are like the reflective layer, so the sun cannot penetrate through the clouds, and therefore the sword, technically sword, can't like injure someone, right? So basically the sun can't heat, like the clouds can't heat up the ground and the thunderstorms to develop. So this is basically it. Like the sun is a sword, and the sword might kill a person, right? So that's the same thing. Like the sun comes out, ground heats up, severe thunderstorms. That's the perfect example I can give you. And the clouds will protect that. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens Wednesday. If my predictions are correct or not. If my predictions are not correct, we're gonna have to do better forecasting for the next major storm. But I think my predictions could be true. So with that, I think I will end this video right here. We might do a later video tonight. We might go a little deeper into the severe analysis in the Midwest and Mid-Atlantic with the vorticity maps and stuff, temperature, and yeah, like energy in the atmosphere. And I think that's enough for this video. It's already been 32 minutes. I'll end it here. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys later.